morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 987. Holy cow, we're getting close. Getting close to episode 1000. We're 2 weeks away. I think exactly 2 weeks. So we're gonna have a missed day this Saturday because it's the Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel, John Nola Drive. This Saturday, dealer tables are sold out. Come shop some deals. I had a dealer reach out. I've had to turn several dealers away over the last week and a half. And one of the guys who hasn't set up in a while, and he stopped setting up because he had sold so much, and he's like, I need to restock my inventory. He reached out, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm sold out, but I'll let you know if anything pops up. And he goes, all right, I probably don't have enough anyway. And I'm like, well, hey, come on out and buy some more stuff. So if you're running low on inventory, I am not. And that's an understatement, running low on inventory. I mean, I wasn't really running low on inventory before this past weekend's Midwest premiere, and I brought home a bunch of stuff, good stuff, flippable stuff that'll sell, not just bulk. Bought a bunch of that. Also, last week, I bought another Goodwill Pallet. I missed one. I missed out on the previous one. I've lost count on how many Goodwill Pallets I've bought. This is like 15. My first one was in January of 2022. It just doesn't seem, well, I get shit. That's almost been 2 years, right? Damn. So January of 2022, they were coming early on. They were coming a month at a time. Then it was like 6 weeks. Then it was like 2 months. But then this past January, I had one popped up. It'd been like 2 months. And then one popped up. And then 2 weeks later, hey, got another pallet. So I think might even be more. So 12 throughout. I think it was exactly 12 and might have been 11 throughout the 2022. Yeah, I'd say 15. So I did secure another pallet last week. I bought it, but I didn't have room, and I think I bought it on Wednesday of last week, and so I didn't want to, because I was like in the process of loading my SUV throughout the week because I was bringing more inventory to the Midwest premiere than what I normally take to other shows. So I didn't want to take it all up. Plus we're having the garage. The garage was insulated on Friday of last week, and now it's getting drywalled. They hung drywall yesterday. They're coming back to mud it today. So I'm parking in the driveway again. I have access to come down, but I have obstacles in the way now. So I'm like, hey, I'll come pick it up Monday. That's cool. So I picked it up yesterday. I'll talk about my Goodwill Pallet. I can't talk too much about it though, because I haven't even really looked at it. I haven't brought a single thing in because I still have stuff. I'm trying to make space. Isn't that crazy how much space I now have, and I'm still trying to find space. And I need to reach out to my bulk guy, so it's kind of like it's certainly a game of Tetris. See, this is where I need my RV, where I can just stuff it in the RV. Of course, I couldn't park my RV here. I'd have to pay for storage. Maybe, where's Cooter at? Maybe I should get a storage unit so I don't have to play musical chairs. Nah, I don't want to do that. I've got plenty of space. I just have to make space. I have the space, just need to make it. And part of making space is getting rid of some of this bulk to my bulk guy that buys. And usually my car is loaded with card show stuff, and it's like, I don't want to move all this stuff. But at least now I have a small shelf in the garage that fits my card show boxes. So if I wanted to, I can just make it quick and easy. Like I'll put these in the garage for a little bit, load up my car, sell the bulk. So Just got to get to that point where I can do that. We're almost there. Almost there. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Game day for the Cubs and Braves. I assume it's a night game down in Atlanta. Set Cards is with us. Good morning. Coffee time. I've been sans creamer for the last several days. I didn't share this. This is going to be in the category of TMI. Remember when I had my coffee maker down here, which was actually kind of a pain in the ass, more so than what I thought. It's actually easier to do somebody suggested back when at the old house, why don't you have your cup? Because like for the longest time, for 900 episodes, I would just bring down my small coffee cup and then I would go thirsty for most of the show. And then somebody goes, well, why don't you just bring a mug? So I did that. I brought my mug, but it's too damn hot. A little advertisement for my buddy Corey and Soil Biotics. But it's too hot. But by the time I finish my cup, my mug is hot enough, not hot enough to drink. It's more than warm. It's hot, but it's not scalding hot. Is it scalding or scolding? I think it's scalding. Because scolding is like yelling. We don't want our coffee yelling at us. And that's kind of what happened. My coffee was yelling at me in the form of gastrointestinal issues. What I mean by that, it was not the coffee itself, it was the creamer. Remember, I would always forget leaving my creamer out. And in one day, I left it out like overnight. It's like, well, I can't do that. I looked it up. I Googled it. How long can you leave coffee creamer out? It's like 2 hours. 2 hours. Like, damn. No wonder I've had some gastrointestinal issues in the past because I just like leave coffee creamer out all the time. Now, I don't leave it out all day, but a couple of weeks ago I did. And it was like 4 or 5 o'clock. So we're talking a good 10 to 12 hours. The creamer was on the counter. My wife goes, you left your coffee creamer out. I'm like, oh, shit. Now I'm going to have to throw this away. Like, nope. I'm going to fight it. Use coffee creamer the next day. Tasted fine. Didn't smell. Passed the smell test. Drank my coffee with my creamer that sat out all day. I was fine for a couple hours. And then all of a sudden, it hit me. You know what I'm talking about. We won't go into detail, but I'm like, maybe it's something I ate. So the next day, had my coffee creamer. Maybe yesterday was just maybe it was something I ate, right? Day 2 with the coffee creamer that sat out all day. Oh, gotta run. Another issue. I tested it a third day. Maybe there's just something, but like I was fine. Like I wasn't sick. It was just a shitty situation. Day 3, same thing. Okay, I'm seeing a trend here. Day 4, no creamer. No problems. Okay, I think we're on to something. I think that coffee creamer needs to go. And dumped it out. So I haven't refreshed. I haven't bought a new bottle of coffee creamer. So I'm drinking my coffee straight. Straight, no creamer. That was TMI for a Tuesday morning. George is in the house. What's happening, George? Harlan is here. Good morning to you. Johnny Boy Cards, what's happening? Rich says 13 away. We're at 987. 987. So it looks like it's still going to be Tuesday. I think it's a Tuesday, October 10th, I believe. Looks like we're aiming for Tuesday, October 10th for episode 1000. What was the potential? There was a potential, the first weekend in October. But I don't think that's next week. Wait, this week. No, Saturday is the 30th. Okay. There's the weekend, the first weekend in October. There was something that I thought I might miss a show for, but now that we're here, I don't think so. I have a wedding in October. That's in the middle of the month. I just swore there was something else, but I don't think there's anything on my calendar because I thought October was a busy month, but now as we get here, it's like, no, it's not that busy. I've got the Janesville Card Show on October 22nd. I've got the Madison Card Show on October 28th. The wedding is October 14th. Yeah, so I guess. Okay. So there we are. So it does appear I think the only thing that I was looking at was possibly Cubs playoffs. I don't think that's going to happen. Not at Wrigley Field. Let's see. Dan, what's up? Good evening. Good morning. Yes. Steve's in the house. Good morning. Cubs wild card clinching week begins today. Let's go. Let's go. We got to beat the Braves and then the Brewers on the road. Boston Smoke, what's up? Good morning. Sal Dougie's in the house. Good morning. The Value Box Digger, what's going on? This will be the pallet with the Jordan rookie in it. Also, I am redesigning my social media footprint. I am Cooter's Hobby Whisperer. Value Box Digger. Cooter's Hobby Whisperer. I know who this is. I know who you are. I won't reveal it in case you don't want people knowing your social media footprint, but I know exactly who this is. The first sentence gave it away. The first sentence, I remember. What's going on, Value Box Digger? We're going to talk about the Goodwill Pallet because I always kind of preview, I guess, is kind of a word I use. I like to preview what's going on. I didn't preview it as much yesterday as I loaded it into my car. Good morning, Donald. What's happening? Hall of Fame card collector. Good morning. I have to get blood work this morning. Hopefully it's just for like your annual checkup. Hopefully it's nothing more than just your annual physical. Carlo does vintage. Good morning. Met my September goal 1 week early. The difference was listing 82 Opeachy. I just got back from PSA. Hockey equals niche, but good. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, very good. Niche sells, man. Niche sells. Brian, good morning. Go grab one Goodwill binder for kicks. Now, I'd have to get up and go and put my shoes on. My car's outside. It rained. It's wet. Victor, and I don't have, and none of it's in the house. Like it's all literally all in my car right now. Victor, good morning. Go Cubs. Arm Dog's in the house. Let's go Cubs. Let's go Cubbies. George says you need a bottle of kombucha to strengthen that gut. There you go. We call that getting the trots where I'm from. Getting the trots. Uncle Rich says, depending on how long my dinner takes on the 10th, I may or may not join in the evening festivity. So for episode 1000, we'll go live in the morning, live in the evening. Morning and evening. 7 a.m. Central, 7 p.m. Central. 2 weeks from today, episode 1000, part 1 and part 2. Let's see. Rich will be there in the morning. Flawed Thinker says, good morning. I received 2 Acuñas back from PSA yesterday. A PSA 9 Bowman Chrome rookie of 50. Nice. And a PSA 10 Bowman's Best rookie auto of 99. So freaking excited. Hell yeah. I'll drink to that. Let's drink to that. So I was going through some more of my pickups from the weekend. And there were more Ellie De La Cruz first Bowmans and Jackson Churio first Bowman. I think there ended up being 5 first Bowman papers. This was in the lot that I paid a penny a card for. And most of it's going to be, most of that collection I bought will go into quarter boxes. Speaking of quarter boxes, I don't know if I'm going to do quarter boxes at the Madison Card Show this Saturday. Because a lot of stuff may go into dollar boxes. So I don't know if I'm going to focus on dollar boxes this week as opposed to because quarter boxes take up a lot of space, right? I might just bring a couple quarter box because I only have 2 tables. Show promoter, what an asshole. Only gave me 2 tables. So I might just bring the newest boxes. In my dollar boxes. I don't know. And I'll probably bring supplies because Paul, he's the BCW guy. He is probably, he's not, there's no probably about it. Paul will not be set up this Saturday. So he actually won't be set up this month or next month in Madison. So he's like the main supply guy. So I didn't, so this past weekend at the Midwest Premiere, I sold, more and more dealers are selling supplies. 6 months ago, like nobody had supplies. Like you had to like run around the room, like supplies. Nobody had them. Now everybody has them. So I think I'm just going to stop taking supplies to shows because I don't sell any. I think the Midwest Premiere 2-day show. I sold 2 packs of top loaders. 2 packs of top loaders. 0 card savers. And then I also brought card dividers. I think I sold 1 pack. So that's all the supplies. It takes up some space. But I think I will this month, Madison, I will bring supplies just because I know Paul's not going to be there. So we'll see if I can move any. If not, like Janesville, I'm not even going to. Although the last Janesville show I did sell. Well, no, I only sold a few packs of top loaders in Janesville, the last Janesville show also. And I was right at the front door. So I probably just will skip bringing supplies to shows with the exception of this Saturday. James says, Ellie's value tanked. His first papers are going $3. I've got 10. Here's the weird, I don't know. Like I'm still selling Ellie, like second and third Bowmans for $3. Like 2022 Bowman draft, $253. And I'm like selling out. Like I think I had found like 25 of them and they all sold within like 2 days. And this is just like a couple days ago. So my Ellies are still selling. They're still higher. Because I saw a couple sold papers selling for like 7. I listed mine for 10. If somebody buys 7 or more cards, they get that 25% off. So I kind of bake in players like Ellie. They're still hot, even though if his prices are dropping. I mean, they're dropping from the peak. They're dropping from a month ago. It's kind of like comparing prices. Like right now, the Ellie market is kind of like comparing today's market to 2021. Say you bought a card in 2021 for $100 and now it's worth 20. Well, but it was worth 20 before the pandemic. Oh my God, it dropped, it cratered. But in reality, it wasn't really a $100 card to begin with. And that's kind of like the Ellie market. Like a lot of these aren't worth, it's Jackson Holiday right now is kind of one of those. Like, who are some of the, like, whoever's hot, like this isn't really a real price. They'll 9 out of 10 will fall in price. Some will stand the test of time. Julio Rodriguez. So I did find, I think there was only 2 or 3 Ellie first papers, but for a penny, not a bad deal. Same with Churio. I think there was 5 Churio first Bowman papers. For a penny, not bad. But most of that, like that purchase, and that was at the end of the show Sunday where I like didn't even want to. So those were like happy bonuses. There was a lot of first papers of a lot of different players. They're just going to go into a quarter box. What else was in there? Because I went through most of it. There's a lot of basketball and soccer that, again, I don't know anything about. A lot of them have like $3 stickers on it. Because they had like different prices. And then on Sunday, they knocked down like the priced cards to $1 a card. But there wasn't much traffic either. So you can mark down your cards. You can put Ellie's and Jackson Cheerios and Jackson Holidays in your dime box. But if there's nobody looking through your dime box, they're not going to sell for a dime. Or you could get $5-10 for them. So I may, like, all the stuff that's in top loaders, I think I'm just going to transition them into my dollar boxes. The annoying part is they're like stickered, like with the grocery store stickers. So I'm going to have to like black, because they're like $3. A couple of them say like $6 or $8, blah, 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 blah. So I'm just going to dollar. So depending on what I can get done this week, that's the frustrating part. I might just end up bringing quarter boxes this week just because it's easy. It's easy because I just put them in my car where I don't have to get anything prepared. And then maybe for the October shows I do Janesville and Madison, then by next month I'll have time to really put this stuff together. But it's nice to get it this weekend, sell it next, sell some of it next weekend, at least get a few bucks back from the investment. Brian's in the house. What's up, Brian? Good morning. My SUV got sideswiped a few months ago, has a huge dent on the passenger door, finally dropping it off today to get work done. I'm getting an exotic Chevy Malibu as a rental. Nice. Sucks on your SUV getting sideswiped. Churio on the Indians is selling really well. That's Jason Churio. What are his first Bowmans? 20, is it? I think he's in regular Bowman, right? Last year's regular Bowman. Because he was a guy I kind of like, well, he's got the name. Everybody wants Jackson. Maybe this will be but yeah, he is like rising in the prospect ranks also. I don't know. It depends on what product. If he's in 20, I don't think he's in Bowman Draft 2022. I got a ton of that. Got 2023 Bowman, but I think he was in regular 2022. I can't remember. Mark Marinello's in the house. Good morning. Multiple baseball races coming down the stretch run. Best time of the year besides the postseason. I'll be rooting for your Cubbies. Thank you. Go Cubs. Beat the Braves. Scoreboard watching as well. What other games do we have? What other series do we have this week? Scores. So we got some help from the Yankees yesterday, beat the Diamondbacks. So that is Cubs and Diamondbacks now tied for the second wild card spot. However, Diamondbacks do hold the tiebreaker there. So we've got Dodgers and Rockies playing 2. We've got the Reds and Guardians. So go Cleveland. Dodgers, Rockies doesn't affect me. So we're rooting for the Guardians over the Reds. We've got Nationals and Orioles. We've got Royals and Tigers. Pirates and Phillies. And at this point, the Phillies are pretty far ahead. So, I mean, ideally, I think it's still mathematically possible for the Cubs to take over the first wild, but I think the Cubs would have to sweep. I think it's like a 6-game lead for the Phillies for that first wild card. We got Yankees and Blue Jays, Rays and Red Sox, Marlins and Mets. Hey, we're going for the Mets. We are rooting for the Mets. Take down the Marlins. Cubs have a 1-game lead over the Marlins for that third wild card spot at this time. Let's see. Cubs and Braves. Of course, we're rooting for the Cubs. A's and Twins, Diamondbacks and White Sox. Go Sox. Go Sox, because we're battling the Diamondbacks for the second wild card spot. Cardinals and Brewers. It pains me oh so to say this. Go Cardinals. Now, the Cubs still could win the NL Central. They would have to win all 6 games this week, and the Brewers would have to lose all 6 games. Now, that works out a little better because 3 of the 6, the Cubs and Brewers play each other. You control your own destiny, but the Cardinals have to sweep the Brewers, and I don't think that's going to happen. But we're going to root for the Cardinals anyway, as much as I want to puke saying that. Card Hobbyist is with us. What's up? Good morning. Sal Dougie says, not enough. Go Brewers in the chat. Exciting week for the Cubs. Go Cubs, go. Tracy, what's up? Good morning. So I went through some more of the boxes that I pulled or that I bought this weekend at the Midwest Premiere. I went through my dollar box. Well, I think it's still out in the living room. That was my, I didn't want to like sort cards in the rec room because I had plenty of space to sort in here, in the other room, plenty of space. But that's got carpet and the big TV out there. It's kind of nice. And the couch, just grab a pile of cards, sit on the couch. So I need to get that cleaned up. So I did go pick up the Goodwill Pallet yesterday. And it's funny, one of the workers at Goodwill, like I know a couple of the guys that load the car and or bring the Gaylord out. It's a Gaylord, to be technical. A Gaylord is basically a big, heavy-duty cardboard box that is attached to a pallet. But most people know what a pallet is and not a Gaylord. So they bring the Gaylord out, and one of the other workers who, I don't know, comes out and he's like, and he just kind of joked like, oh, how are we going to get that Gaylord in there? You take this side, I take the other. And then he kind of stopped and looked and he goes, I don't think you're going to get all that in there. And so me and the guy that he always brings I think his name's Sean. I can't remember. I think it's Sean. We just kind of look at each other and laugh. And he goes, oh, he's been here a time or two or 15. I'm like, oh, don't you worry. And it was actually less. I think they raised the price per pound on wholesale cards because this was, I can tell you. Let's go into my records here. Let's see. So this was, because I paid, I think, $5.50 for this. So this was only 432 pounds, and I paid $5.50. So that is, that's over $1 per pound. $5.50, 432. That's $1.27 a pound. I was paying like 80 or 90 cents a pound. Damn. So yeah, they raised the prices on me. The last one I bought was 522 pounds for $500. Okay, so it was still a little over $1. Let's go. Ooh, my April pallet was $500 for 617 pounds. That's under $1. 500 divided by 617, 81 cents per pound. And that's what it was. It was 80 to 90 cents. So this one was $1.27. It was only this was the lightest pallet, but for some reason it was still full. But I think it was a lot of like dead space. I don't know. But I had plenty of room. Like the 600 plus pound pallet like that, I stuffed my back hatch. Back seat was, almost half full. Front seat had some stuff on it. This pallet, I didn't even stuff the back hatch. And then there were a couple bags. It looked like good stuff in it. So when I go through, I kind of put the what appears to be good stuff up front. What's this? Got a notification. Okay. I'll have to go back and look at that. So I always look through, I kind of preview as I'm going through, like there wasn't as many binders in this one. A lot of times there's a lot of binders. Where's Kyle at? I didn't see. Now, again, I didn't look too far into, I just kind of loaded up. Didn't look like there was any NASCAR in this one. Usually NASCAR is in the binders. But there wasn't many. There were a few binders. It looked like there was some early 2000s football, so I'll be on the lookout for who, Tom Brady rookies. I've only found one Tom Brady rookie out of 15 pallets, and it was in a box of with all the other 2000. I think it was the Fleer Tradition rookie card, and it was just just like it was with the rest of the cards. I it might have been the whole set, might have been some of the stars pulled, but the Tom Brady was in there. So the binders, sometimes the binders have some good stuff. The boxes that look like box 13, those typically have a bunch of yellow and red border cards. We're talking 90 Donruss, 91 Fleer, just a bunch of garbage. Of course, there's always that in the Goodwill pallets. But there was also like one of the bags was like modern Prism football. I saw a lot of color. It's crazy how much color I get out of these Goodwill pallets of modern product. There was a box of 2022 Platinum Anniversary that like just came out, a month ago, 2 months ago. So I didn't even open the box. I just saw it marked. And typically when it's that current, it's going to be what's actually in there. There were some like Packer, those very popular in the early to mid 90s. This is probably mid to late 90s, I guess, because actually no, it could have been early 90s. It was Brett Favre. So when did he come over to the Green Bay? 92. So like one of those frames, like those wood plaques with cards. And this is a bigger one. There was a Packers clock in there. What else? There was quite a few packs that I'll throw in my $1 per pack box. Hockey. There were some hockey packs, some football packs. I think the junk wax packs. But so this is kind of fun. Like I don't like it. It's really going to be a surprise when I start digging through it because I usually have an idea when I come home. I usually have an idea of where the good stuff is, right? Or where I think the good stuff is. So I always grab that stuff first. And then the rest, I just stays in my car because I was like, that's just 91 Fleer. I'll get it later. Now I kind of don't know where any good stuff could be. Maybe there's not any good stuff. I don't know. We'll find out. But I don't know how quickly I'll be getting into it. I do need to get my car cleared out, and I have some space. I found an extra shelf. Found some. More importantly, I found a spot. For the extra shelf. I have extra shelves. I just need to find spots. This is kind of a narrower shelf. And so it was in the garage, and we were bringing down to get the garage cleared for the drywall. We had a bunch of paint that we wanted to bring down into the household storage area. And I brought the shelf, and my wife's like, "Oh no, that's not going to fit. Can you take it up?" And I'm like, "I'll just set it here for now." I'm like, "Actually, this fits perfectly here. I'm going to leave it. This is a perfect," because I wanted to put a shelf where it's at, but my shelves were too were too deep. I think deep is probably the word. They were too deep, so it obstructed a walking area. So this shelf doesn't. I'm like, hey, this is perfect. I can put some stuff. I just got to make sure I don't think it's as heavy duty as some of the other units. Where we at? Victor says, I got to root for the Sox and Cardinals this week. Why baseball? I know. Isn't that horrible? We have to root for the White Sox and the Cardinals. Oof. JW, what's up? Good morning. Still cheaper than beef. Ain't that the truth? Cheaper than gas. Cheaper than probably most everything by the pound, right? Actually, what's gas per pound? How many gallons in a pound? One is actually 1 gallon. How many gallons in a pound? Somebody's gonna know it before I can Google it. How many gallons in a pound? Oh, 0.12 gallon is a pound. Wow, that doesn't seem like a lot. So gas is what? $3.50 a gallon. So what's the math on that? So how much is 0.12 gallons? So say it's $3.50. Oh, I did the wrong math. $3.50. Oh, so there's Oh, how could I? Oh, I can't do this math. I'm dumb in the morning. I'm math dumb in the morning. Still cheaper than beef. Matt, good morning. Royals 417 in the house. Mark says rooting for the Mets is like asking for aggravation. They do have their best pitchers going, though. Excellent. TTM Bob says good morning. What's up? Bargain Boxer picked up a Jordan Sprinkle card this past week. Sounds like a schmorn name. Jordan Sprinkle. Gas weighs like 6 pounds per gallon. 6 pounds. So, okay, yeah. So the reverse, how many points? Actually, it's almost like 10, right? 0.12. 8. So 8 pounds per gallon. 8 pounds per gallon. 8.3. 8.3. There you go. TTM says a gallon of water weighs 8.35 pounds. Do gas and water weigh the same? Does that make sense? Or is that not? Because a pound of feathers and a pound of steel weigh the same, right? What I'm trying to say is a gallon of water. Does a gallon of water weigh? Okay, a gallon of water weighs 8.35. This is why I sucked in school in math. Especially, I had to go to class at 8:15 and do this shit. The hell? Thank you, Card Hobbyist. He answered it for me. Gasoline is lighter than water. That's what I was trying to get at. I had, when I was in, when did I take algebra? And I like my teacher. We're friends on Facebook. We've chatted. His kids live here in Madison. He's a deadhead. Mr. Earl. And I had his algebra class my freshman year, maybe sophomore year, algebra in the morning, like 8 a.m. in the morning. Oh. And he would play before class. He would have song of the day because he, like I said, he was a big music guy. So he would have a song of the day, like Touch of Grey by the Grateful Dead. He'd probably go deeper than the main hits on the Dead. But for example, song of the day. So you walk into class, Touch of Grey's playing on his classroom stereo. And even that would not get me pumped up for algebra. I mean, really, what could get you pumped up for algebra? Math is hard. Math sucks, man. I love numbers, but I hate math. I hate, and that is, see, algebra, and I like, algebra helps you say, well, there's no, letters don't have it. How's that going to help me in life? Well, it's going to help you figure out these damn like, how much does a gallon of gas weigh? That's where, like, knowing how to algebra works. You can figure out those equations. Solve for X. Somebody, I think it was I don't know if it was a Facebook friend or in a Facebook group. Somebody had like this sheet and they're like, what kind of math is this? And I'm like, oh shit, there's letters in it. I don't know. Math Dumb in the Morning can be your radio host name. There you go. Math Mornings with Math Dumb in the Morning. Oh, that's redundant. Mornings with Math Dumb in the Morning. Happy Tuesday, grinding for good. What's up? There we go. Gasoline lighter than water. Thank you. Gallon is a volume measurement. Weight is a measure of the force of gravity on an object. Science. I sucked at science too. Why I skated through school. If math had letters in it, I wasn't doing my own homework. If math had letters, I was, hey, what's the answer to number 3? That's the shitty thing about that type of math. You have to show your work. It's not like, who was the first president? Hey, who was the first president? George Washington. You don't have to show your work on history. You do on math. Suck it, math. Suck it, math, and suck at math. That's me. Suck it, comma, math. Sucks at math. Hi, Zach and Porter. What's up? Card Hobbyist says, so at $4 per gallon, gasoline is about 67 cents per pound. So gas is actually cheaper per pound than my baseball cards from Goodwill. $1.27 per pound for baseball cards, 67 cents per pound for gasoline. Who would have thunk it? Now let's do coffee. How much does my coffee weigh? I drink it by the pot. How much does a pot of coffee weigh? Okay, no more math. I enjoy when we talk about cards and not coffee. We haven't even really talked about coffee. If you want to talk about coffee, we can talk about coffee. PEMDAS. Please excuse my damn Aunt Sally. PEMDAS. Dan says, I sold $10.50 worth of NPB foreigner cards via a Facebook group. Very cool. Very cool. What's the maximum carrying weight of an African swallow? I don't even know what an African swallow is. I know what a barn swallow is. Is that similar? Or maybe barn swallows are African swallows. The more you know. Shuck it, Trebek. One of the greatest Saturday Night Live skits of all time, Celebrity Jeopardy, because it's par for the course. Like, that's basically how Celebrity Jeopardy. We were watching, probably the most recent the actual Celebrity Jeopardy, not the skit on SNL. And it's like, this is like Saturday Night Live. No wonder they make fun of it. Like, this could be the SNL skit. So the Goodwill Pallet still in my car. Got to bring that down. I think I'm going to focus on I shipped my ass off. Unlike what I did last week after drinking the coffee creamer that sat out all day. Did the other thing with my ass off. But I shipped my ass off yesterday. And I'm still behind. I'm not behind shipping. So there's a difference between behind in shipping and not behind in shipping. So I have right now, and I shipped. I got a message. I'm trying to figure out who that is. And now I'm lost my train of thought. Shipped my ass off. Okay. eBay. Where am I at? Oh, hey, sold some Orioles this morning. Orioles are doing really well. Are they going to win? I think they're close to 100 wins this season. Anyway, I still have over 200. I think, where was I at yesterday during the show? I was at 338. I shipped most of the day. I shipped up until like 8 p.m. last night. Right now I have 215 items to ship, but I'm not behind. And you're like, well, yeah, you are. You have 215 items to ship. The reason I'm not behind, 3-day handling, my friends. And so many people, and I think people that don't do volume don't realize there's a lot of value in having extended handling times. And I know it's probably weighted differently within the algorithm on search, where if you're 3-day handling, you're not going to have higher search boost if you would do 1-day handling. I get it. But I don't have to be concerned if I'm a day behind. Now, having 3-day handling does cause more than I would care to share messages. When's my item going to ship? So I just basically say, thanks for your order. All items ship within 3 business days. And they do. Some people don't know what a business day is. So that's one of the problems that can occur, but it's boom. So I have 215 items to ship, but I'm caught up in terms of I have to ship these by today. So my deadline to ship on all of those items is, I think today's Tuesday, so I think Wednesday. So some of those have Wednesday I have to ship by tomorrow. So it gives me a little more time today to actually do some listing. So yesterday I wanted to get ahead and get what had to be shipped out Monday out, what had to be shipped Tuesday out, and then Wednesday. So I'm basically a day ahead. And I try to work a day, at least a day ahead, if not two, based on my handling times. So there's a lot of value in that when you're doing volume, 200-300, items at a time to ship, where it gives you some buffer to, okay, I don't have to just sit and ship for 2 straight days. I can do some listing because 2-3 straight days of shipping means your inventory is dropping. You need to replenish. So that's why I like 3-day handling time for gives me that buffer. Card Hobbyist says the question now becomes, has Bo seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail? I have. And that's one of those movies that my friends would always quote, and I'd be like, what's that movie from? Because I've seen it like once. And it was probably 30 years ago when I watched it. I think we watched one of them in school. Like, I don't think today you can get away with watching Monty Python in high school English. I don't think it was the Holy Grail. I think it was, what are the Monty Python movies? Let's see. Movies. There's a few of them, correct? Maybe it was Life of Brian. What's the other one? The Meaning of Life, Life of Brian. It was one of those that we watched in English class. Anyway. Water weighs more than gas. Hall of Fame card collector, took Calculus 2 in college. Don't envy that. I had to take... In fact, the reason I didn't continue my education and get a MBA was because of all the math that was involved. I mean, I had enough in undergrad. It's like, I don't want to do 2 more years of this shit. Like tax and accounting and oh my God. Like, nope. I'm done. 2-day handling allows me to ship 2 to 3 per week. 2 to 3 times per week. Baseball card curmudgeon. What's up? Good morning. So that's what I had for today. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You saw my eBay store scrolling. 7 or more cards, 25% off at checkout. That's on regular price. Also, I'll be adding more inventory to my store today. I did add some Jackson Holidays. Speaking of, one of them sold yesterday. I didn't even know what this was, but it sold for $30. It's called a mood ring. I guess it's a short print or something. Insert. $30. I listed it for $30 and it sold for $30. I paid 40 cents for it. When? What else is going on? Madison Card Show this Saturday. Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. We've got a sold out show, 125 dealer tables. So check us out this Saturday. It's free admission. Show hours are 9 to 3. Get there early. You can. Doors are open early. Just don't piss any of the dealers off while they're setting up. We do have guys walking the floor as early as 7:30, and that's cool. Early bird gets the worm, right? You can in Madison at the Madison Card Show. What else do we want to shill this morning? How about Card Dealer Pro? Check out carddealerpro.com. Sign up. Use promo code CUBS, CUBS. Upon any paid subscription, you'll get 500 free scans using that promo code. So there you go. 500 free scans. I'm pretty sure they have an update coming out soon. I'm not going to give you any dates, but I'm pretty sure soon there's going to be an update that will enhance your user experience for Card Dealer Pro. Again, promo code is CUBS. You'll get 500 free scans using that promo code when you sign up for any paid subscription. And I think that's all I have. So hit up my eBay store. Hit up the Madison Card Show. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great Tuesday. Bucky Bob's going to be at the show this weekend. He says go crew. I say go Who do the Brewers play? Cardinals. Oh, God. I want to throw up. I'm going to go throw up now. Go Cubs. Beat the Braves. So have a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Central.